everything, told it all.
Because
All right.
everybody got their stuff, man,
Okay,
that they
let's
do.
get started before we consume more time into something else. Yasmin, you go ahead.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. All right.
Yeah.
Ray, you go ahead.
Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me trying to get the live
If you
stream
want
on.
to,
Hold on.
if
No, no,
yeah,
no.
it
I
is
can.
on,
I
I think.
Part
no.
3.
First of all, Bridget, you never reached out to me about your project.
I'm sorry. I saw that I was kind of late because I didn't really feel good when I got in late, and then I just respectfully didn't want to text you because it was like late. It would have been late your time because by the time I saw it was like 10 something last night. It would have been later early, and I didn't feel respectful like just texting you like right then. And then I had to get my thing, but it's just the video that I need to the PDF to upload
My
to
son
trademark.
probably could do it. I'm sure my son could do it for you.
I'll send you the video though. I'll send you the video.
That's
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you.
All right. Man, part 3 was off the chain. Golly. Wow. I wish Henna was on because I just wanted my only point I really want to make is that like everyone is complicit here. There's only two, you know, you have a neutral character in Tammy, but even Tammy is complicit because I really feel like Tammy created Maggie. I feel not directly. I'm not saying it directly. I think Maggie has the
Tammy
devil
not
in her
neutral.
anyway. Huh?
I don't think Tammy is neutral.
No, because Tammy created a little monster. Tammy is not a nice person. And
did she create or did she just think that she just watched it like a motherfucking figure would? Because why Frank didn't create the monster? Why Frank didn't create
because Frank didn't spend a lot of time with Maggie, and we still don't know what was the beef was. Like we still don't know why they had a separation.
Because she asked for his help when she burnt down her boss's store.
Oh, so I don't.
Oh, Tamara, you might be going too far. No,
that was in the beginning.
She's in the right part. Yeah, she's in
the right
part. No, this is the third
that was
part.
In the middle. When the cop came to see Frank and was talking about
he ahead of you. Tamara, you ahead of Ray. What he talking about? You definitely ahead of Ray because you don't find out about Maggie's involvement. You don't find out about Maggie. You don't find out about Maggie and that guy.
Tamara,
and the cops coming in her involvement.
Tamara, are you doing it purposely?
No, I'm thinking he's right at the beginning. He's right.
We supposed to stop at the end of part 3, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that was before. That was in part 3.
It was in the first part we discussed last week.
I wasn't here last week, but it was.
So it was in part 3. So in the beginning of part 3.
That was in part 3.
You said the beginning of the book. That's when
because
I said
they were.
But so tell me again what happened.
Okay, good.
What happened? Tell me again what happened.
So when the cops were kind of trying to figure out what the whole thing with Dawn and blah blah blah, and the cop was talking to Frank, was like, your daughter's gotten in trouble before, and he's like, no, my daughter was innocent, blah blah blah, and the whole thing with the doctor cell phone, they kept calling him the older guy who owned.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why they were beefing.
And that's because Maggie asked him to kind of say she was there, and he didn't. He said she came.
Where is it written?
And part 3.
What I know the novel starts with the call that is not very clear, and he's chopping off, and then he's called, and then she tells, I'm marrying, and this one and that one.
No, this was
it's written when she came home in the middle of the night with a certain set of clothes on.
That's when she came home. Right. So she told Frank, she said, if the police come, if somebody asks, was I here on Friday?
Yes.
Yeah.
If the police ask if I was here on Friday, for you to say yes. And he said,
this is
so when the police came.
This is
part 3? I never read it. Yasmin, did you read it?
That's in there. That's in there.
It is.
And then there's the second part to that.
That's the reason why they
part to that ties
in. That's the reason why they fell. That's the reason why they fell out. Because she was like, when I asked you for your help, you wouldn't help me. So that's why she cut him off.
Right.
But that
hold
may
on a
be
second.
further than
Hold
we
on a
were
second.
supposed
I'm
No,
sorry.
we were
to
in
read. That
part
may be
3. That's
further
the
than we
end
were
of part
actually.
3. That's in part 3.
The second part to it is further along. This is the
Hold
second
on a
part
second.
that
I
tied a
wonder if
man and
there's a
she was
different
putting all of
version.
that together.
Oh, Lord.
Yasmin,
But for
hold on a second.
now,
Hold on.
right.
Time out. Yasmin, are you listening or you're reading the book?
Listening.
And that was in part 3.
Doing a little bit of both, I guess.
Is it? Is
But
that
But
I'm
was that
mostly
reading
in
and
the was
listening.
that
listening
in the
both.
listening
Is
part?
that in
Was that
part
in?
2 or part
Yes.
3?
Yes,
Okay,
It
that
was
was
in
in
there,
the
right?
listening part.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
in
Yes.
there
I missed
somewhere.
it.
you guys are smarter than
Jeez.
me. You guys are
Frank
smarter
is
than me
Frank
because
is
I
telling
didn't
the
hear that at
story
all.
about Abigail's. Frank is talking about how he should have known some things about Abigail. Like there was that time that this happened, and he did lie for her. He did lie for his daughter.
Well, okay.
That's why I said, "What about
Get my
Frank?" That's
mind.
why I said. That's why I
Yeah,
asked you,
there
Ray,
is
when you
something
said
he's telling
Tammy
about.
created
Yeah,
Abigail. That's
there
why I
is.
said, "What about Frank?"
You
No,
mean
there is something.
Maggie?
Yeah, there is
Yes, Maggie.
something
I'm sorry.
I know that he's telling about when I wrote to Hina, that because when he was telling that I will tell the police about something, that whatever, but that was not the store fire or something.
That
I
was because she kept saying to him,
No, the
So
if
first part
somebody,
was that
started a
she
fight.
came home. She
Hold
didn't
on.
tell
I'm
her
trying to
father what
understand
she
what's going
did.
on. I'm
She
trying
just
to
came
understand what's
home,
going on.
okay,
Tamara.
Now, hold on.
Remember?
She
she
She just
was,
started a
came home.
fire.
the boyfriend or the guy who liked her, they called him
Cell
Dr.
phone.
Cell
Dr.
Phone.
Cell phone, all right?
Right.
Okay.
He took the blame. He took the blame and said it was all him. But the police think that she was manipulating him. So that was the line when Tammy was like, when later on when him and Tammy were talking and Tammy was like, your daughter's a your daughter's a psychopath. Like she has done
The
this. So
thing with her friends with the coat
I
when
don't
she
know
was
why you
selling her
don't
friends.
believe. I don't know why this is hard for you to believe that everything that came out with Aiden and blah 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 blah. This is your daughter's personality.
Yeah, because what I
And
remember
so
from this, from what I remember from that one, that she stole
Well,
something. She stole
maybe I'm.
she
something.
stole a
The
jacket.
coat, the
Yeah,
She
She
stole the
jacket.
his
coat.
defrauded.
Yeah.
So she
defrauded, and
defrauded a
then the money was
company.
there.
The
But
Lied
then
to
the
She
her
fire come
father.
from.
the cheating
But
scam.
where's the fire come
And the
from?
cheating
cheating,
scandal.
the
All right.
cheating scandal.
Okay, so
First,
what?
the jacket was when she was a teenager.
Right,
Yeah,
When she lied to her father and said the jacket didn't
yeah,
come.
right,
And
yeah,
of course, he works for post office or UPS, whatever.
right.
yeah,
So he wind up talking to the company. The
yeah.
company
That's I
wound up
know.
sending him a new
That's I
jacket.
know.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
that's the
yeah.
first thing. The second thing
Uh,
in college was the cheating scandal where
Yes.
she was selling answers to a
Okay.
test or something.
yes.
She was able to
Announce.
get she was able to
Yeah.
get herself out of that.
Yep.
After either while she was in school or after she graduated, she was working for this guy who owned a cell phone company. And that's why they called
Okay.
him Dr.
Cell
Cell
phone
Phone.
shop.
But he was older.
I
And,
never.
and
I
Okay, now
never.
The
I
Tamara, you
never
gotta
read
cut
that
that
cell
part.
part off
phone.
because you
Cell
are
phone.
merging two
No, I
parts of
didn't
that
read
I
the
story,
cell
and the
phone
never.
other
I
part.
part
never
comes
heard that
second.
part on my
No,
oh,
he
audio.
was
okay.
yeah,
On
Dr.
my
Selma
version.
was 46 and she was 21 and Frank said, "Oh, that's her boss." And the guy said, "Well, not boss, you don't send your boss boudoir pictures."
Right.
Because she was
That's what the cop
involved with
said.
So
Where
Mhm.
where is
I
it?
think what
Right.
happened. I think what happened
Where
with
is it?
me, the version that I'm listening to on Audible. Where did you get yours, Yasmin? On
I'm
Audible.
still listening to the free one on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That one, the
So
same one.
the
But I never.
version, the version that I'm listening to on Audible does not include that part. I'm sorry. Now I'm pissed.
Well, you didn't get to it yet. One or the other,
No,
because I
no.
think
No,
you
Because you
we
said
never.
part three. I listened
Ray,
to all of
Ray,
part
listen
three.
to Ray.
I
Listen.
know, but when it uncovers about Dr. Cell Phone, it doesn't come
Ray.
out until the later part, though, when it covers out the story about him, when it goes into
Okay.
who he
I
was,
am
his
not
age, and all
listening
of
to
Ray.
that.
anything.
I'm
I read
reading.
it.
I'm reading it
Yeah,
too, yeah.
yeah.
So
So
in the
in
book,
part three, I never got
Right.
it.
Right, but I'm saying
I
it come in two parts, Tamara. I'm saying the first part was
oh,
when
it's
she
two
told
different versions.
when
It's two
Tammy
different
told
versions of the
when
book.
Frank told, yeah, I remember that time Abigail came home and asked me to lie for her in the middle
You
of the
mean
night to say
you
she was,
mean
and then it
Maggie?
came out later
Maggie.
on again that then they revisit the part about Dr. Cell Phone. So you merged two
Right.
parts all in one. That
Yeah,
shows
it does
Tammy's
like a
okay.
position there.
flashback.
Let
Yeah,
me
Yeah.
it
let
does
me
like a
ask you one.
flashback.
Yes.
Let me ask you one simple question. Did you read until part three only, or did you go ahead of it, or did you complete all the book?
I completed the whole book.
Ah, okay,
That's
that's why
why
you could
But
have
that
mixed.
that's
was
why
in
she
That's
part
said
why
it
you're
don't
three. That
mixing up.
wasn't in the
that,
That's
last
why you
part.
are. That's why you are mixing up the things. So because
no,
that
guys,
part of
No.
the
it could be it could be
No,
just
it
me.
does come
It could
out.
just
It
be
does,
That's in
the
part
other part
three.
doesn't come out.
didn't
The
read
other
it.
part doesn't come out
No. It,
I can't even say it.
Ray, I
it could
didn't
be
read
just
it.
my version of the Audible that I'm listening to because I'm not
No,
listening to the YouTube
It's
version.
in part three.
Okay,
Ray,
so yeah,
I listened and I read both one until part 3. That kind of thing is not there.
you listen to it on the YouTube or YouTube.
The YouTube and the
Well,
what
you
you
know,
call
it
it.
may be an issue of female
Listen,
ears.
guys,
It might be
Tamara.
an issue of female ears versus male ears.
No, actually, Tamara, can I just say something? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah, go ahead.
actually finished the whole book as well. And when I was talking to my husband on Saturday, she was finished up to where we were supposed to read, and she hadn't read that part. So
Ah,
I'm thinking that we are
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
I know we're saying no, we're not, but I'm thinking that
But that's
because
what
we read to the end, we are
I
ahead.
Yeah.
see. I read it twice actually. Normally I do it twice. I read it because I take notes and stuff like that. So I put the audio here and then I read it. So I'm trying to be careful. So I never read that part of the thing that the Mr. Phone or whatever, the telephone or Mr. Telephone.
I know he was mentioned in part 3. He was mentioned, but it was
He
like
was
a
mentioned, but yeah.
yeah, it was like a quick deal.
But they don't tie the whole story again
Yeah.
into a little later,
Yeah.
right? It was
So
all
what I
tied.
meant was when I said to Hina, okay, let's skip that part. Okay.
Sabrina, it was good, right? I couldn't help but I read it too.
It was good. I had to finish it.
Now I'm going to read the whole deck.
So
I'm gonna
that
listen
comes
to
into
whole
the last
thing
part
now.
then.
Yeah, the last week,
flash
this
part.
week, probably we are going to finish all the book now.
The flashback comes in.
So let me
Okay.
just
Okay, Red,
let
let's
me
read.
just finish. I'm going to finish
Yeah.
by saying this.
Yeah.
Maggie nasty. That's all I'm
Maggie nasty. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm finished.
Who would like to go next? Dr. Mahasan, you go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi, good evening,
Walaikum
everybody.
salam.
Sorry,
Hey,
it took me a
auntie.
minute. I tried to set up so I can hear you, even though I couldn't see you. Hey, Nee, assalamu alaikum. I was amazed at Maggie. I had a hunch at the end of part 3, but I wasn't really sure. I think my first point is I think Frank's, so I want to talk about the end of the book, end of the chapter. Frank's reaction was exactly what most fathers would be, but it kind of showed how little he really knew about the woman his daughter had become. He really didn't know. Tammy, I think Tammy knows everything. I don't know what happens in the next part of the book, but Tammy is accepting everything so willingly. At first, I thought it was just her opportunistic nature, but I think Tammy is the beast that created Maggie. And I would not be surprised if somewhere in the book we find out that Tammy knows everything from beginning to end. And that's all I have to say about that. And yes, Sabrina and I were together and she was talking. I was like, what? And she stopped so that I wouldn't get any. And she kept saying, are you talking about what I'm talking about? Then I realized we were not talking about the same thing. So she didn't share anything. So I had to read it over again. I was just really, I'm like, I thought what I thought, and then it just came into reality. But Catherine is my girl. Catherine is like, I don't have anything to lose, and they can keep drugging her up as long as they want. But every time she has a moment of clarity,
I'm convinced she like it. I'm convinced she like it.
Yeah, I mean, every moment of clarity, she just talks. I don't know if that's guilt. Maybe if that's guilt coming out. I have no idea. And I can't be sure, but Catherine is like, if anybody's real, the realest one is Catherine to me.
Yeah, she has no more F's to cares about right now. She don't care about too much, and so she just
At all anymore. Yeah.
Just
So
let her lush it up every day and leave her alone.
that's my only point. So I'm
All
done.
right.
Is this a cult
So-
though? Could this possibly be a cult? I don't know for guys who didn't already read it, but could this possibly be a cult?
I don't
Yeah,
think
it
it's
is
a
kind of.
cult.
I don't
The
think
I don't think
capacity
it's
is
a
the-
cult. I
but the
think it's
capacity-
It
a
could
bunch
be in the
of
next one.
I think it's a bunch of rich, uber rich people who you have your good and your bad. Some people know the evil side of them, like Dawn Taggart's family. But then some people are like, oh, they're so good. They've done this for the community. They've done that for the community. If they didn't do this, the community would be lost, blah, blah, blah. So it's like they have their what we show to the public and what we show in private. And they're uber rich. And so it's like they feel, especially what's the father's name? Errol, right? Especially Errol,
Mm-hmm.
he feels
That's
like
not my
I can do
problem.
what I want. I can do what I want, who I want, and you're not going to go away. That part when Catherine tells Frank, you don't know how many people my husband has slept with, how many times, blah 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 blah. And so it's like he feels like he can do whatever he want to do because I got the money. And that's what most rich, uber rich people, they feel like their money can get them out of anything. And
And people
that's what
that
it
want to
is.
be and people that want to be
Well,
rich too,
she,
because
Right.
Maggie
And
made
I
a statement
think,
about financial independence and stuff like that, and she said, which one would you rather? Like, I'm not giving up my finance. She said, Dad, you get one thing straight. I'm not giving up this financial independence for like what's right. Like, forget about that.
right.
She
And
like,
I
I'm playing.
think
She learned
Tammy,
that game long time ago. Yeah.
I think that's the reason why, like Tammy, I think because she grew up like in Frank's eyes, Frank was like, we weren't poor. You weren't dirt poor. I mean, I worked. I worked. I tried to provide you a good life, but Maggie always wanted more. And she always wanted more and always and thought that she deserved more. So she's going to do whatever it is necessary to get that more. So if I got to lie to the police and say you was with me when blah 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 went missing, I'm a lie because I'm not going to work myself to the bone the way my father did. With Frank feels like, hey, we did the American, you were at Disney World and we took you here, you went there. But she kept saying, but these are uber rich. I mean, they have
Yeah.
everything. And in her eyes, she felt like she didn't have anything growing up. And she did. She had a decent home, a father who loved her. Unfortunately, the
Yeah.
mother died when she was young, right?
Hmm.
The mother died when she was young, but Maggie, to me, Maggie has always been opportunistic. I don't know if she got it from Tammy because Tammy also seems like opportunistic, and
We
maybe
don't
that's
get
why,
everything from our parents. Let's just leave that one
right?
out there. We
And
don't get all
maybe
our
that's
bad or good
and
behavior
maybe
from
that's
our
why.
parents.
I mean, Tammy seems like she was a home health aide, right? Or she worked with the elderly, and then she also had foster kids. So it was like, are you doing this, having these foster children
She made it clear for the money too. It was like a
right? Are you
side
doing it just
hustle.
for
yeah.
the money? And so,
Yeah,
but
initially.
I think Tammy in the beginning was like, especially when they offered her those shares at the wedding, she got those shares. She was like, okay, I'm going to take it and it's going to make it, I don't want to be doing a home health aide forever. Whereas Frank was like, I'm
But
going to work
wait,
for my money.
but wait a minute, are you going further into where we're
No, this
supposed
was
to
at
be?
the wedding.
Again,
Okay,
At the wedding. No, this was
she
at the
we
accepted the
wedding.
80 shares.
we
So what
haven't
about
gone.
so let's go to
Yeah,
the
she
last
has.
person at the wedding. Is that in
Yeah,
part three? The last person
yeah.
at the wedding,
Errol
is that
Gardner, he offered her some shares from capacity.
He
So
didn't
yeah,
offer
that's
it to her, he
he
gave it
gave it
to
to
He
them
her?
at
gave
the
yeah,
it
yeah.
to
Gave
her.
Some
it.
for me gave. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm.
I meant
And everybody at the wedding assumed that, oh, well, once your daughter marries him, once they get married, you could retire. And he's like,
He
no.
could
Frank was
have if
like,
the car
no.
he could have if he could have turned his back to everything. He could have.
Right. But
But he
no, but
couldn't
that's what I'm
turn his back to
saying.
everything. His moral,
He
but he
was
could
like,
have.
and basically he had that moral code was that's my daughter, whatever they decide to do before he knew what was really going on. It's like that's their money. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to live off of the gardener's funds just because my daughter has married into their family, you
yeah.
know.
Even
So
even he
Frank,
offered for
I don't know.
whatever,
Let my
like
daughter
eight
marry
thousand.
somebody rich right now. I think I could turn my back to some nonsense right now. Frank might not could have did it, but Bridget in
can you tell your
Eric,
nonsense to
2025, Bridget
murder?
would do it.
we cannot hear
But
you.
Can
Frank,
you
An
turn
but you
your
gotta
hour
back
away
to
remember
down
too.
murder?
Silver Lake.
But you gotta remember, Frank is not poor. Frank has a retirement. I mean,
Frank
but
is
Frank,
like Frank is.
yeah.
Frank is not poor.
Me and Frank the same person, except he a man, I'm a woman. But I'm just saying we had the same life, the same kind of salaries and stuff like that.
Right,
So
Frank's
I
not
get it.
poor. Frank is living the American dream. He is. He's living the American dream.
Sure.
So could you turn your back for murder?
I'll be just like Catherine.
No.
I don't know. But
Be like,
Catherine,
leave me alone. I
think,
don't care what happened.
I think Catherine was a mess because of what she did. I think Catherine is constantly being drugged. And I think Catherine has guilt as well.
Or is it just? Is it just?
All right.
Hold on.
Hold
on a second.
Brother,
Catherine,
because you can ready to spill the beans now.
No, she does say that in that conversation with Frank.
Didn't Catherine tell Frank, "Hey, look, I'm pretty much this way because Frank is always cheating on me."
Yeah,
Right.
I think like for me, like take all of the stuff before the murder and all of that stuff out. I think Catherine she was just a woman scorned. She had been through a lot being married. She was basically she was in an abusive marriage. She was overly dependent on Errol and she could not get out of that marriage, right? So she turned to it seemed like she turned to the bottle. That was her comfort. Right. And it was
she has her choice.
I don't know. She couldn't get out of the marriage because she's the one.
She's
the one with the
just
money.
holding on because of the money.
Yes, she was the one
She's
with the
staying
money,
there
but
because of the money.
he became the right. She stayed because she was the money initially, but he took her money and made himself
more money,
whatever he was. Right.
And women had to give the ownership to the men. We had to give it to the men back then. We couldn't keep it.
Well, this wasn't that. When was this book written?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But even back then,
old people. So they older than their 60s. The book is portraying Errol and Catherine to be older than 60 in their 60s, which is older than us.
But I think money. That's still it is very representative of the way things are now. We just don't hear about it like that. But I don't think society has evolved that much in terms of the patriarchal system. I just don't think so.
And I think she stayed for her son. I think really ultimately her son.
Tamara, that subject go. Tamara getting ready to spill the beans on y'all.
No, I ain't saying that now.
Okay. Let's Tamara, you have more points to say?
You can't read ahead anymore.
No,
she can't.
All I'm saying was
you have more points to say, but
of the characters, Frank was my favorite. I think everybody was a whole hot mess. I definitely agree with Ray when he said chapter 3 was crazy. A lot of secrets came out. Part 3 rather. So a lot of secrets came out, a lot of things came out. And just look forward to the end because that's when everything will be revealed.
Strongly with
I'm like Ray and Abigail. She the only innocent one in this whole thing.
Let's give time to Brother Sajid. Sajid. Yes, Sajid. Mr. Sajid.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Actually,
stage is yours.
Yeah. I want to raise a point that that Errol had a relationship with Dawn, and it didn't turn up well.
Okay.
And its investigation was on. Police was working on it. So why he is willing to repeat the same mistake? Why he didn't like to register his own marriage with Maggie? Why he wants to register marriage of Aiden with Maggie and then
what you're saying, let me repeat your question, what I understand. You're saying the Errol Gardner, what's the reason he is not openly marrying Maggie?
Yeah.
And just he's marrying her to his son.
He is registering marriage, his son, and then disguising it.
Okay, so this is your question, that why he's not openly doing it.
Yeah, why he's not openly doing it? He can do it because he has all the resources.
Okay. All right. I'll take your question.
Well, can we talk about the fact that the daggone
We'll
Aiden? Oh,
yeah, we
sorry,
we'll let him put his questions.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
I'll
So
come back to you.
already our relationship didn't go well, and it had consequences. So why and the story has not ended yet. The story of Don with Don's murder has not ended well, and this relationship didn't bring positive results. So why he could have married openly with Maggie, even if Frank had not accepted it. Maggie was independent woman.
But
So why he
Errol is already married.
No, I will come back to the answer to who will answer. Let him put his questions, all that. I
so
had the
this one was my question only.
all right. I had the similar question that Dr. Mahasan put it. So it's one of my question is there now. Okay, who is next? Would like to put his questions, or at
Me,
least every
I'll
Sabrina
go.
is there. Okay, you go ahead.
Oh,
Yes,
Bree,
yes,
you want to
Yasmin.
go?
Yasmin
So
actually raised hand before even. Yep, go.
Sabrina need to
myself,
go.
myself,
No.
and Miss Bridget and Tamara, we owe you guys an apology because the part about Frank and the police that did happen in chapters 1 and 2 of part 4. And that's where I
Okay.
had listened past. Remember, I said I had gotten a couple of chapters ahead in part 4 and I had not realized it. We owe you guys an apology.
I
Frank
could
talking to the
swear that was
police.
in part 3,
I
but
just
yes.
looked.
It's
I just
4.
looked. It's part 4, chapters 1 and 2.
Cause it's
I just
all
looked.
it's anyway. It's all it's
And
anyway.
that's when
Part
I
four,
stopped because I thought,
chapter
I'm like,
4,
wait, it's in part 4, chapters 1 and
Chapters
2.
1 and 2. Mhm.
part 4,
Yeah.
Yes.
part 4, not part 3.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
it's
what I
part 4,
just
not 3.
said. We owe you an apology because we said the wrong part. We owe you an
Okay.
apology.
All
Well,
right.
we were that first discussion was in the wrong. We were in the wrong part.
Okay.
But
All
you
right,
know
got
what? So at the end, we are we
So, Bridget, just take care that you don't go beyond past part 3.
I can't even
Cross out your questions
okay, so
from part.
let's go back to the wedding, right? I was just thinking about the
We
wedding,
haven't
right?
gotten to the
How
wedding
fake.
yet.
We
The
haven't
wedding has
gotten
not
there yet.
happened yet.
Oh,
The wedding has not happened yet.
Yeah,
That's
Only
part
wedding is
the
not
4.
rehearsal
started
dinner.
yet. It
Only
was
the
the just
I
the.
thought
and the
it
rehearsal
in
dinner.
that. I thought it in. Okay,
Is
okay.
that the
Wedding
that the last is the
We're
last
at the
It's
page
the
beginning of the
rehearsal
weekend.
dinner.
is the last
Right.
page
The
which
beginning of
They
the
ruined the
prepping
whole
weekend.
for the
3
wedding.
pages, the whole
Yes, the
3
rehearsal
parts.
dinner. The night of the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're at the
yeah,
beginning of the weekend. The
yeah,
weekend
is
when they
that
come.
scene which Tamara mentioned, and I was going to step on
Oh
that.
yeah, y'all gonna
You
finish this
remember
book this week.
that that traumatic scene where that's the end of the part 3, that page. Yeah.
What
Okay, go
dramatic
ahead,
scene
Bridget.
now? What scene was it?
When Frank walked in on some
Oh, the
activities.
Cookie Monster. Frank walked in on the
Yep,
Cookie Monster.
yep.
Yeah.
We are all adults. We are
I
all
think I would have killed
I know,
adults.
I
Why
understand.
is
No,
Most
I
of
Errol
us,
just
still alive?
most of
Why
us
didn't
have
Frank
been
kill
married.
him? Why
Most
would
of
he
everybody
Tamara,
in this group has been
Tamara,
married,
Tamara,
except for
Tamara,
me. We are
I ain't
all
Tamara,
married. I ain't
adults.
never been
Gee.
married. Ain't got
Okay,
no
well
Tamara.
then,
kids.
Sabrina
Yasmin
and
ain't never been
Yasmin
married.
are single. They've never been married. It's about
Okay,
equal.
jeez. I
oh,
said most of us. Most of
no,
us
No,
no,
have
half
no.
never
of
been
I
married
us.
before.
Half
We
of
are
us
listen.
all
are
I
adults.
single
just
Why are we using these euphemisms for
Tamara.
what
because
was
I
it's a
just
lot.
said.
happening?
It's a lot
I said
nicer
that
and
explicit.
cleaner.
Oh, because I have
Jeez.
children in my house, so that's why I ended that way. I said
All right,
I.
Okay.
Tamara,
You're saying
Tamara,
That's
activities. Okay.
Tamara.
Yes.
So, whatever
Jeez.
we are naming it, you remember, Sabrina, you were not here. We discussed one of the books Mr. Sajid brought in, and it was by a famous writer. I mean, Paulo Coelho.
7 minutes.
11 minutes, 7 minutes,
11
another
minutes.
one.
11 minutes.
11
Yes.
minutes. So we discussed that amicably and with the presence of the ladies and also without going into, I mean, like without mentioning some kind of those
I have
obscene
my
things. But we discussed that was far more,
sorry.
I would say, uh,
Explicit.
Explicit.
explicit, graphic, and like explicitly discussing very many details. So anyway, let's go
I
ahead.
thought that he described it very nicely and packaged it very nicely, though, through it all, though, seriously.
Yeah.
The witness that as a parent and the way the reader described it in the book, it still didn't leave it where it was just like, oh, that's so
Okay.
vulgar. It was
Okay.
just like,
But it
Bridget,
wasn't,
you
to
had
me, it wasn't even it
okay.
wasn't even the fact that it was
Let's
who he saw her with. It was more of
Yes.
that.
let's listen
Yes.
to Bridget first because she has 4 points and she just mentioned only one.
I got 4 points.
Yeah, you
Okay, let
told.
me see him.
Don't
I
go
said,
past chapter 3.
don't
Yep,
go
that's
past.
it.
Okay, I got part 3. I got part 3 here. So then I want to go back. I want to ask about that picture, right? Because I'm kind of confused with that picture. Because remember they said when Maggie told her father, she said, "Oh, you can't tell that the picture that Dawn's mother and
Good
and
point.
Brody and them show
Good
had the
point,
missing
Bridget.
hands." How do you think
Good
that got?
point.
Who you think? Huh?
That's a good point, Bridget. That picture is
Who you think
confusing me.
falsified the picture? Who you think is right? The capacity people or the taggers?
I think Dawn falsified the
Photoshopped it.
picture,
Yeah. Yeah, I think
photoshopped the
so.
Oh
picture.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
because
yeah, that's true. Okay.
she has been given the latest
I wrote
computers
that
and
down, but the
things
answer
like
come
that.
back later. Dawn, yeah, you're right.
So she
Okay,
put the two
so
pictures together and to make that kind of a thing.
It messed up. It messed up and made
Yeah,
it look
it
fake.
appeared up. I mean, her mother only came to know after her disappearance about that picture. So that was an
yeah, that's
evidence.
all
So
I can
that's why,
say.
so that's what she could be prying on, or kind of like she was counting on. That's the base of the thing. She didn't have the what you call it, the pregnancy test or anything else or whatever the evidence she could have
And the
had.
mother
So that's
tracked
the
her,
only.
right? Didn't the mother say she
Yeah,
tracked her?
that's by the phone only. But they cleaned up her phone. The police or whatever she gave the phone to, they washed it. I mean, like they cleaned it up.
Yeah, yeah. You
So there
find
was
out.
no evidence.
You found out later. I forgot. I had that written down in the beginning, but I forgot. I do know the
Yeah.
answer to that question.
All
And
right.
that's all I really have because anything else I'm gonna say is gonna tie in too much. So I need
Okay.
I have to
Let's
stop
give
there.
chance to Sabrina then. Yes, Sabrina, go ahead.
Well, I also have, before I came to book club tonight, I decided I'm not going to say much because I did read to the end, and I think
Oh, okay.
anything that I add, I may be giving away too much of it. And
Okay.
so, and the questions that I did have as I was reading, because I got to the end, I was able to get the answers.
Okay.
So I would rather not speak,
Okay.
if that's
All
Yeah.
okay.
right. So you're playing safe. All
Yes.
right. I have this question which Dr. Mahasan put it, that does Catherine know this relationship between Maggie and Errol? So I'm still like figuring it out. If she would have known what, I mean, her reaction could have been probably the similar kind of thing that, I mean, why would she let her son to get married to that kind of a relationship? What's going to be the basis if she, because up till now she looks like a, I mean, like more positive kind of person, as like she's has nothing to hide. Same like Frank, a female version of like a clean person. So I don't know. She knows that this relationship is there or not. So this is
I
my
think she
first.
knows because she said she knew about all of them,
No,
Yeah.
she knew about
and
others, but
she
not to that.
hit the lady in the
Yeah, that's another thing that, but
head.
I'm talking about. She's talking about the Dawn. I mean that she hit the lady because of some other things and disrespect and other things.
Mhm.
And also she had the knowledge of, she had the other relations that, I mean, Errol had other relations, but they were kind
Yeah,
of temporary relations kind of thing. But this is kind of a serious one, turning into a serious one. So I don't know this
Actually,
relationship. She's,
I think it's turning
They all
serious
trans
because they
yeah,
have to try to
and
cover up
also,
their death.
yeah,
Yes.
they
that's
all
another, yeah,
transactional. To me, when they get so much money, it's like, do you
yeah.
still
She know
love and
what she
stuff after that
knows
amount, or is
at
everything
the
about
moment. What I
money?
know at the moment, what I can understand from these three parts is that she knows that she's actually, because of Dawn's death, she's covering up alibi for her son, Aiden.
She
And
covering up for herself too, because she the one that did it,
yeah,
right?
she's
the
also
one that
Covering
she's
for
also
her own
thinking that
self.
she's covering up for everybody. So that's what I think that she knows until this point. But that kind of relationship probably it's hidden from her at the moment. This is what my hunch is.
I think she
I don't
knows.
know.
I
She
don't think so. I
knows.
think Catherine is very aware.
Maybe.
She knows.
But I think
Okay.
Catherine is powerless. They're drugging her. She she's
Yeah.
She locked
she
away.
has no
Yeah.
Yes.
control.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're talking on those lines, what I have to answer to Mr. Sajid's question that why, I mean, like she did not I mean, why Errol did not openly announce her because once he announces according to the American laws, he has to divorce the first wife. So once he divorces, then as we mentioned that the basic or the source of the money was from Catherine, and then she gave it, and so he will lose a great deal of money from in that scenario if he openly announces and goes and walks onto that path. So that's the thing. The second part was,
And I'm sorry to add on to that. He doesn't want a relationship with her. He likes the thrill of the chase. And once
yeah,
he's conquered,
this is
then
like
he
a kind
moves
of a
on to the
temporary
next
kind
one.
of,
He doesn't
yeah,
want a
this is,
relationship.
yeah. I mean, if I go into that one, my next point was, or the point, if Maggie would have announced openly that she's marrying Errol Gardner, probably somehow at some point Frank would have accepted it because he would have openly said that okay, she's marrying an older guy, probably. But since it became like he's like kind of I mean, he's discovering by himself the lie and all that one. This is my point of view. And also, privacy document, that's kind of showing the Errol Garden or the Gardeners kind of conspiracies or kind of, normally, who would do the privacy document when you are going to someone's residence and no
That's how the other
exception
side
there?
lives.
I mean,
That's how the
I
other
mean,
half lives
Yeah.
with their
not
privacy doc.
well.
They want
I
everybody to
mean,
cover their faults
I
and
have
stuff. It'd be
seen,
like,
I
well,
have
to cover
seen,
y'all stuff.
I have
Those
seen
in,
people who are with, yeah, I have seen people with, I mean, really big time money, but I never signed or never would have been asked for a privacy doc. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
you're not
know.
in the states. You're not in the states either. The most
Uh,
litigious, the most litigious country in the world.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anybody
that's
that work proximity to entertainment and stuff like that, they definitely have an NDA. Most businesses do. Anyway, if you work
NDA
for
is something
somebody like a
different.
lot of people do to a
Yeah, NDA
degree,
is something, but it's the privacy document,
the
like
privacy
privacy.
Well,
document. And it was hard as heck to get off that OSPI thing when
And
Frank went to get
also,
his car. That was a lot of work to me. I was
yeah,
like, daggone, when you just
and
can't roll up and
also,
get your card,
mm,
you don't-
yeah, okay.
your badge
And
don't work.
because everything was there. Like he said, he was like,
and
"What do you need? You need some Tylenol? Okay, we got it
and
here. We got a medical, wing here. We can get you
yeah,
Tylenol. We can get you whatever it is that you want. You don't need
No, but
to
I was saying the
leave."
control thing all with the
Yes,
NDA stuff is more than just because I could get you a blanket and a Tylenol.
yeah. No, I definitely think that Frank kept saying, like, why am I like this is my daughter.
and
Like, why do I have to sign it? And
Mm.
and what Tammy was like, just sign it. Like nothing's going to happen. So I do think Tammy knew some things, but I do think that Tammy also too was not surprised, but surprised when all of the secrets come out. So do I think she had a hand in creating Maggie? I think she had a hand in raising Maggie, but I think she saw more than what Frank as a father wanted to see.
Right.
You
I
know,
think Tammy
she
I
was very
agree.
much a mother figure to Maggie, and I
Yep.
think
right.
I honestly feel like Tammy knew everything. I feel like Maggie confided in Tammy. Nothing about the arrangement. None of it was a surprise to Tammy. And
But
I don't
yeah,
think just because she assumed. I think Maggie was always in communication with Tammy. And I think Tammy
And
knew
it could be,
exactly.
and
Right,
it
because
could be,
she had to make Frank realize that, like, no, this
and
is
it
your
could
daughter.
be,
This is my niece. This is your
yeah,
daughter.
and
Yeah.
it could be Tammy's idea to bring Frank into the picture all of a sudden. It could be.
Right. It
Yeah,
What
could
you
and I
mean?
be.
think
What you
I
mean,
because
brother
think
Tammy
Austin?
had
Bring who
I
into the
think
picture?
that I think that it was kind of like, what would it look like if your father is not here at the
Here at
wedding?
the wedding.
You know,
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
what would it
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
look like to all
yeah,
our Richie Rich friends that your father's not here?
yeah,
So I think they
Mm-hmm.
Just for
pushed her.
optics.
I think
yeah.
that,
That's
right.
what,
So I think they pushed her to say, hey, you want X, you got to get your father here.
Right.
So, and so that's when she called, and because Frank felt so
No, they
guilty,
might
and
not have. They might not have pushed. They might not have pushed Maggie to do
I think they
nothing.
pushed her. I think they pushed her.
No, Maggie
What are
had
the
the
no,
beats.
no.
optics?
Maggie
Okay,
had
let
proof.
me,
Maggie got everything.
all
They
right.
pushed Maggie to do nothing. Maggie been doing this stuff since she
oh,
been a young
No,
girl.
I think it was a mutual, I think it was
Right.
a mutual using. I
Yeah.
don't
Okay,
think
Ray wanted to
Maggie,
say something.
it was a mutual using.
Cause it would look
Okay.
good if your father did when you get married, no
Yeah,
matter
Ray.
where you are in life or how much money you had. That's a nice look to know you have a living parent and they not at your wedding. That's a bad look.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it was kind
Ray,
of like,
you
well,
wanted to say something.
I'm going to reach out to my father, even
let
though
them
we've
finish.
been
Let them finish.
estranged.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I think I think Tammy, is playing a bigger role. I think she's a consultant to Maggie. I think Maggie doesn't need a lot
Okay.
of Maggie doesn't need she doesn't need a lot of encouragement, by the way. But I think that Tammy is a consultant and plays a role more than what Frank um, knows. But
Knows.
Knows.
I
Yeah.
Yep.
had, I think, but
No, I mean, like,
I want to make 2 points real quick, if I can, or
sure.
not ask 2 questions, right? Not points, but ask 2 questions. Remember the part where Earl asked Frank if he wanted a prostitute, basically. Remember
Yep.
that part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yep.
think? Do you think that was to set Frank up?
Yes,
Maybe
to have
to
something
set
on
Frank
Frank.
Yeah,
Yes,
to have something on
like,
Frank,
and then
yeah,
blame
like,
Maggie problems on the father or something. Yeah, to have something
right?
on Frank. Sure it
On
was.
Frank, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
because
think
they need
so.
all this.
like,
I don't think so.
I don't
yeah, I
think
mean,
so.
Yeah,
like
I
it
because
think
that's
was
he
how
was
they
throwing a
just.
bone
operate.
to
They
him.
always have to have evidence on you.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
Pictures
throwing
or
think
a
that
But he
happened
blackmail all
wanted
the
to,
time.
I think he wanted to kind of bring Frank, because he knew
into their
that
world.
Frank,
Yeah.
yeah, into their world, because
Into the
Frank was
fold.
asking all these questions. Frank was felt uneasy from the beginning. As soon as he stepped foot, and when they talking about you got to change your watch an hour ahead and or hour behind or whatever it was,
10 minutes.
Gartner
Frank felt
standing
uneasy from
time.
the beginning. So
Yes,
right,
T.
so I think that was, hey, how long has your wife been dead? Are
Yeah.
you dating? Well, I
Mm-hmm.
can find somebody for you, maybe not necessarily to have something on him, but to let's
No, it is to
slowly
have
bring him
something on them. It's
into.
clear she a
I
blackmail.
think
That's
No,
it's
how
to
but
have
police
some.
but
operate. They love
but
it.
what
Yeah,
but what there's what's the benefit of having something on
because
Frank?
to
Frank,
keep
he's
so
grown.
Frank, yes,
He's
Frank,
but
Because they need
w-
Frank to stop
but
asking
Frank
so
is
many
grown.
questions. Frank
and need
asking a
acts.
lot of
Yeah,
questions.
exactly,
Frank is
exactly.
asking a lot of
Frank is asking
questions.
a lot of questions. He's right.
Yes.
They need him. They need some dirt on him.
He want
Listen,
his car.
this is.
He done left the compound. I mean, he doing some stuff.
I mean, you guys watched The Godfather, right? That's what they did in The Godfather. Make sure your hands are dirty so you can't run your
yeah,
mouth. You know,
yeah.
and
They ain't care.
the
They
other.
ain't care. They ain't care if Frank
His
had no
kids
loving or
hurt
not. They ain't
him.
even. They ain't even really care if Frank had a date or not. They just wanted to have something on him. They didn't care about Frank's love
Yeah,
life.
No, I'm
exactly,
saying, but it
absolutely.
was no benefit for them. He's not
Oh, there's a
married. He's
benefit
not cheating on his wife. He's not
Mm-mm.
doing anything. So he could entertain a prostitute if he want. All he's gonna do is what? Maybe tarnish his reputation in the job. Oh,
Reputation.
he took a
Yeah, I mean,
prostitute.
like,
No,
That's it.
Yes.
this is what Ray
no,
is
no, no,
saying.
no.
This is
Slow
what Ray
down.
is saying,
Slow down
that
a
they want
second.
to
Slow
offer
down.
him something that he could be like, he could be like as a, how I would say, blackmailed or bargain, something like that. Shut him
Listen,
off.
listen. These guys are killing
I
women.
think they're just saying,
You don't
relax
think
here. Come here, Frank. Take a.
they're killing women? You don't think she dies and then Frank is
Ray,
responsible for the death?
Ray, you
Hello?
are breaking up.
Yeah, I was saying these people are killing women.
Yeah.
They could easily have a situation where the lady dies in Frank's care.
And if
Yeah,
that's the
I'm
case,
sure.
yes. But if that happens,
Okay.
absolutely. But just in terms of just the company,
I've
he
two
just
points
have
still to
something.
make. I have still
Okay,
two
go ahead. I'm
points to
sorry.
make. Yeah. Like I'm still not able to digest those bruises on Aiden's face when he turned up the first night when Frank
Oh,
went
you
to meet
will
him.
in the next chapter.
Oh, yeah, that's explained. Yeah, it's
So that's
explained.
where I'm not able to digest it yet because that once that explanation will come, that will actually open up the story more. And the last question is, or to my mind, is that who, if I see it in two ways now, Ray, if I can share the screen, I want to share the title page of the screen of the
Y'all
book.
be in the chats by Thursday, like, OMG.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be waiting on y'all comments too.
Yeah, I'm saying that I want to see who is going to be the last person, as the book's name is The Last Person. So if I
Last
show it,
person, y'all
there's
always forget about the last
the
person
last
all the
one,
time.
the last one at the wedding. So if I see it, and it's still a question to me that who is going to be the last one at the wedding. It could be probably Catherine or Vicky, in my opinion.
Vicky didn't come,
And
and Vicky didn't come to the wedding, and Catherine in the wheelchair.
yet, but we'll see who is going to be the last one. And also, I want to emphasize, if you see, that's why I showed this picture. If you see the, at, wedding, cut, and only thing is last one. So I wanted to see what this means. It's still story mystery to me, kind of thing. So I wanted to say this is still a question to me. Yeah, go ahead.
When it's
Vicky, hold
revealed,
on.
you're gonna say,
Vicky,
when it's revealed, you're gonna say it makes so much sense. When it says the last one, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
is
right here.
that so? Hold on a second. Is Vicky the hairstylist, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vicky not there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
Vicky
there
and
yet, but
Michelle.
It's clear.
but
It's
I'm
clear
saying
as Vicky. It's clear as Vicky.
Vicky is not there. It's not Vicky. Vicky
Mm-mm.
isn't at the
Vicky
wedding.
didn't go.
yeah, she didn't go, but he's confiding in him. Frank
Vicky
is
is
confiding.
not the last one at the wedding.
Okay,
So
okay,
take Vicky out your thought process for the last
all
one
right.
at the
Yeah,
wedding.
Vicky,
The
yeah.
last one at the
Vicky
wedding
didn't.
is somebody that's at the wedding
It could
now.
be Catherine, or it
Yeah.
could
And the
be a
wedding
hidden
ain't even
character,
started yet, but
or
it's
it could be
there.
Dawn.
Like,
It could be Dawn Taggart. We didn't
Dawn
see
is
her body
dead.
yet.
Dawn is dead.
Okay,
Let's get that
okay,
out the question. Dawn is
okay.
dead.
So then Catherine
Can
could
they
be the
just
last
stop
one.
giving it away?
I'm just saying, it's not Dawn or Vicky.
Yeah,
Okay.
Well,
because
you
we
have
know
don't.
Because
we know
neither
Dawn is
one is
dead
dead
now.
and
We
one ain't at
know.
the wedding.
It's
I
know
know,
not.
but don't kill the
Okay.
curiosity of those who
Okay,
haven't
Yeah.
read that part
It's
yet.
not.
Let me play. Let me think.
It's not
Let me
obvious.
explore.
Okay.
It's
Let me
not
Okay.
explore.
Good.
Let me
obvious.
explore.
Let's
Let
Yeah,
me
let's
it's
Ray
not
talk.
explore.
obvious who.
Ray,
It's not obvious. I had to kind of go
Ray,
back
your
and read
mic
it
is not
again.
very well.
It's
Ray,
not obvious.
your mic is not audible.
To me, it's obvious now. As in hindsight, it's obvious. In hindsight, it's obvious.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not obvious.
Because we
It's
doing
not
the same
obvious.
thing. We doing the same thing, and that's why it's obvious. We did the same thing this whole conversation, and not one time
Okay.
we missed it. We
So
missed
it
the
could
one.
be,
The whole, not one
I don't
time
know.
did it come up the
I
top.
don't know
Come
what's
up.
going to happen to Frank. Maybe he turn up unconscious and they think him is dead, and then he comes up as the last one on the wedding. Or it could be Catherine that comes up as the last in the wedding. So it could be now, if you're saying and suggesting this one, and it could be Frank or Catherine last one at the wedding.
Or
So
Tammy, or Maggie, or
Or Maggie.
Hugo,
Maggie is still there. Maggie,
or
why
Jerry
Maggie?
and Sierra.
one
Maggie
more
is
thing
there.
is popping up from the title.
Or
So this
Abigail.
last,
Yes, go ahead. Yes, Sajid.
yeah, one more thing is popping up from the title. Add the is crossed. So the last
Yes.
one wedding is it.
Yeah, it's
So
crossed out.
the couples can change, the partners can change. So the last one wedding means it. The wedding may be fixed. Maggie's wedding may be fixed with Errol.
I just
But
noticed that
Errol
how
is
it's there.
already
That's a good
married.
point. Say that again, Tamara.
I
It
didn't
was
say anything.
Yaz.
No,
It
no,
was
What
she
Sunday
Yaz.
didn't
I
say?
say.
said Errol
Jasmine
is
was saying
already
something.
married. He can't get married.
Errol and Catherine. Errol is married. Errol is not leaving Catherine. Errol is a whore. Okay. He likes to chase women, sleep with women, and after he's kind of done with you, he sends you off with some trinkets and
On
he
to the
moves on
next
to the
one.
next. So
Mm-hmm.
Errol is not leaving Catherine.
Okay, I
He's
will put
not
a
leaving
question, last
Catherine.
question before we have around 5 to 10 minutes. I would say, who is your guess? Who could be, not those guys who have read the book, but like Sajid, Ray, and Yasmin, Dr. Mahasan, that who could be the last person as your guest, as last one on the at the wedding?
Well, thanks to Fast Lips over there, we know it's not gonna be. Say it's Abigail. I'm gonna say it's Abigail. Abigail. I always thought that Abigail was gonna save Frank. I don't know. Maybe it's Abigail.
That's why I said Ray know the answer because he was always on Abigail's side, but I don't know if he right on this one though.
Okay,
For
Abigail. You said
me,
Abigail. Ray said Abigail.
when I
No,
first read it, it wasn't obvious about who the last one. So I had to kind of read it again. And I'm kind of like,
You
even
shouldn't
though
even
I
get
kind
that.
of know,
You shouldn't even get an answer for this.
I know I'm still, for me, it's still something that's ambiguous to me because it's like, are you saying, is he kind of saying the last one, like who's left at the wedding? Or is he saying who is alive at the end of all of this?
Oh, look.
So,
That's why I said Tamara
Tamara,
shouldn't even
Tamara,
have
chill,
answered that
chill. You
oh, I
gotta
question.
don't
chill,
know.
That's
Tamara.
why I just
Tamara, you
said
gotta
what I
chill. You gotta
said.
chill,
So
Tamara.
it could be both ways. It could be both ways. That's what I'm
Tamara,
saying.
you gotta chill, man.
You
You
gotta
gotta
mute
It
chill.
could
Tamara
be both
after this
ways.
one
You
answer.
guys got to know somebody else dies. I mean,
okay. Let me listen
Tamara,
from
come
let me
on,
I
listen
didn't
from
say
Dr.
man.
Mahasan.
who.
Dr. Mahasan, you go ahead with your guess.
I think I was pretty much going in the area that where Tamara was going. I'm looking at last one and I'm thinking the last one standing and everybody else is dead. And
Right.
I think that Abigail is going to outsmart everybody. Um,
Okay.
if Abigail is not, right now, she's not really a main character. I really, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Catherine. Catherine may not be mentally okay, but she might still be alive. I don't know. I really don't have a clue. I really, really don't.
Mr. Sajid.
Yeah, I think Catherine is the last one. She has her, Aiden is being exploited, and she may not accommodate all these things. So she may come up uh, with all the secrets and then disclose everything to everyone.
Okay.
And we were
The Catherine.
mentioning,
So you're saying Catherine is going to be the last one at the wedding. Okay.
yeah,
All right. I mean, I
And
think
Hugo. Oh,
I think I mean it looks like wedding is cancelled or something happened that wedding had not happened. So it means it's just the last man standing there or alive there. Something like that. Because if I see it, the wedding is cancelled, so it's just the last man alive. It could be Frank, it could be Abigail, it could be Catherine, I don't know. But uh, at the moment, it looks like some character who would survive. At the moment, the most fighting character looks to me as Frank. Catherine is fighting, but not that way, as Frank is like doing around, like his head is exposed to too much of facts in that short period of time. So at the moment, he looks to me survivor. So, and he's the one telling the story. This is my
what
guess.
about Hugo? Hugo was a heck of a character too, wasn't it? He'd be like, oh, Hugo is everywhere. He's Arrow's like right hand man, but he know where he be burying the bodies. They ain't know where them at. He be doing Frank. I mean, Hugo. Hugo
Yeah,
was interesting.
Hugo or Hugo is a kind of as Yasmin have mentioned that he's like a pawn. he has nothing to do much in the story. So he could not be.
Not to not to
There
not
are
till you start reading part 4.
okay, but he could have been like having his past in wherever in Africa, wherever he was the prison guard. I
Yeah.
mean, like that
And that's
guard
what I'm
over
saying,
there.
how like they take somebody that have like maybe like something bad in their past, and then the rich people hire them, make them
Yeah,
rich,
this is
you
like
know,
if you
and
see,
then it's like then that's where the blackmail coming. Now they holding all this over your head,
yeah,
and you gotta continue to,
yeah.
you
If
know,
you
to
see,
operate the way they
yeah,
say.
yeah. If you see what Ray mentioned, if you would have seen that movie or read that novel, The Godfather. So this is the
Mm.
Sicilian mafia and all these kind of things, whatever they have. So
Don
this is
Corleone.
not only rich. These people are not only rich. These are crooked people. These are not rich. Rich, there are many other rich people, but these are crooked people. So these crooked people, that's why they are hiding so much stuff that, I mean, they want to make, in the eyes of the law, they become like lawful citizens, but they, whatever they are doing in the name of friendship, things, parties, whatever they are trying to do, it's just like, and Frank is afraid of her daughter that after 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, her future or her, I mean, she could end up same like as Dawn Taggart.
Who is
But
that? Who is that?
Dawn,
Who could end up like
she could end up like Dawn Taggart, that young lady,
Maggie?
Maggie.
Maggie.
Maggie. Okay, yeah, Maggie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that's why he's afraid. But she would have, at the moment, it looks like the capacity is like kind of how I would say underworld or a Sicilian mafia or something like that kind of thing he's trying to create or he has created already with damn amount of money. So he's selling batteries and he's getting rich. And so
Yeah,
anyway,
and it's
this is my
like they
point of
always want their own island, and then they want their own military, and then they want their own city. It's weird. It's the money is weird. It's like, do you lose the rest of the world and how it ticks once you gain so much
I
money?
mean, if you
Like,
see
and
the
there's
other
money and
version of
honest, is money and corruption, and no richness and corruption. Like you saying that a lot of them are not honest people and stuff like that. Like their character is not
see,
great. So is that like synonymous being like that powerful, rich, powerful,
not
and
all.
dishonesty and this, like, or is that intertwined? Do you have one have
Not
that?
all of them, not all of them, but there are some people or some kind of a group of people. They make their money in a very negative way, either by drugs, narcotics, other kind of stuff, trafficking, name it. I mean,
Dumping
like what?
stocks.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, inside trading, whatever, buying senators, whatever. And even I was going to tell you, this is the human characteristic. If you give a power to man, I mean, either he's in a government or wherever he's trying to, after some time, he starts owning the thing and he would try to do it by his own way. Anyway, I will not try to go out of the context of the book or the story. So,
All right, so
anybody would like to
I
add?
think we should wrap it up.
Yep,
It's 9:03.
yeah.
Be on
I
time
guess
next week, y'all. Week is gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit next Tuesday. I'm trying to
so.
tell you.
I guess it's clear we're finishing the book. So it's
Write
clear
your
that we're
thesis.
finishing the book, right?
Yeah, yeah, we are
Who's
going to finish.
that means next week somebody needs to select a new book. Who's up?
Yeah,
Hey,
Yasmin.
All right. All right. Cool. So I guess we'll see everybody next week. It's gonna be steamy. It's gonna be hot.
It's gonna be hot.
And
It's gonna be
and
like it's
Khadija,
gonna be hot in
you
the chat. Now y'all could
you
say y'all gotta be careful in the chat. No, it
but
don't
be
matter because
careful.
you gotta finish the
But be
book.
careful. Yeah, but be careful not to, I mean, like spoil the things during the week because some people might not, because there are 100 pages, some people might not be able to read more than 20 pages a day, which means it could take them like 4 or 5 days to read. Then it could be okay. Yeah, okay. Once and it you will know it by the polls once everybody. And there are some people, I don't know, but there are some people they would turn up in the end. I saw some people they hardly turn up into the meeting, but they are reading. Yeah, they are polling and they're reading. From my
Okay.
side, it's all done and said. If there is anything, what is that?
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I was just checking the messages. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank
All right,
you.
we'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend,
You're
everyone.
welcome.
Have
All
a
right,
good
guys.
weekend, those folks on
See
this side
ya.
of the aisle.
All
Good night,
right. Good
everybody.
Bye.
Have a
night.
good day,
It's only
everybody.
Tuesday here, so still got 3 more
Weekend is
days.
at the corner, just
That's
like 2
coming.
days
week.
after.
Not for
coming.
us. Yeah, it's slowly
Friday will
coming.
be here. Friday will be here. Inshallah.
Enjoy the rest of your week, inshallah, everybody.
Inshallah.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Good night.
Bye.
Walaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
Oh, I thought I left it. I did.